Alright, so the backyard drops in elevation. This is a brook behind the shopping center behind. So this thought and intent is obviously to put in a new security fence. So yeah, new fencing all along here, basically around the entire property. Definitely be a first step. Mention about cleaning out as much of this debris as possible, both sides of the fence. We've got an accumulation of stuff. It should be as cleaned out as possible. In the back corner. There were gaps along this back wall when we were here a few years back. See some flashing there. Looks just like some moths and stuff. Roof line looks good. Although, got some wood rot here, pretty significant. Yeah, it's definitely consistent that it's going through. It feels kind of soft. Again, this is the garage. Looks okay to the bottom. To check the entrances though. Pretty significant gaps here. I'd like to see if we could fill that in. Obviously repair on the door there. Looks like the whole framing is repairable. And stepping back, seems to be a wavering pitch in the roof. And the roof line could be indicative of some soft spots up there. Although the tiles all seem to be good. You have significant buildup of leaves and debris that has caused the workway going across to rot out, so I would suggest replacement of all of this, and obviously something that can clear the gutters or keep them clean. And take another look up top there. Roof line looks good here. This is the back side of the garage now, and there was significant WDO there that is not here now, but I definitely want to see the leaves moved away from the house. And same thing. It's good that the drains are fairly clear. Alrighty. Let's pause right here again. Let's get all the debris again away from the house. But again, putting up a new fence line here is going to give us significant room. Obviously, cutting all these branches back will open it up quite a bit. We're in the garage now. Still significant gap between the bottom seam and the flashing below the window. Screen needs repair. Stick indicative that the door lock may not be working appropriately. Again, the wall looks good, everything looks good. Don't see wetness or WDO where it was. There's a little bit of dampness over in that corner, but I don't think it's anything to worry about right now. Wondering what was there. This wall looks good. Panel looks good. See if there's, whether it's paint or just a simple cleanup down there. This is our peel and stick tile. This was the dog's room, and so I would say replace all of the curtains in here. Fortunately, not too expensive a proposition. That may be able to be cleaned up, but definitely needs to either be cleaned up or replaced. Hard to tell if there's wood rot there, but again, looks like there's some water intrusion, definitely from these corners. And again, there's the ground level to the sub level, which tells me this is probably interior wet when it gets really, really wet. Also as evidenced by the door. Ceiling was bowing down a little bit, although it feels pretty dry to the touch. So perhaps another sanding and painting there. And again, this is the garage, so garage outbuilding. Door replacement here, and possible framing as well, just to make it all consistent. All right, from the driveway to the kitchen door. Looks to be in good shape. I think you could use a good pressure washing. Staircase. Walkway is good, going up to the fences. Had a few pieces, something hanging down, maybe to clean this up again. Yeah, definite sign of some wood rot that would need some attention. Get that back up and looking solid. Maybe cut most of this down, get it down trimmed. Trim down the shrubs to a minimum. Staircase feels good and solid. I'd give it a good coat of paint. Same with the porch up here. Windows, entryways look good. A few cracks and so forth, but overall appears pretty solid. Got a couple of broken posts here. Definitely want to fix all of those and get them so they're all consistent. And the idea is making it look like it's a fresh new model house. Holly I would cut down to almost zero or remove completely. It's completely overgrown. Too close to the house right now. Same with this plant here. And kind of clean all that out. This I would try to paint to a consistent color, consistent shade. The screens all look like they're in need of repair of some sort. They look a little crispified. Again, we've got some damage here. Looks like they tried to bury a cable into there, but doesn't look great. Let's remove all this plant material. Definitely want to clear all this back out, at least 6 to 8 feet, have wide open space to the back of the house. pressure wash the soffits, make sure the drains are empty. Yeah, definitely take a look there to see that everything is solid. So appears to be some WDO there, but hopefully not. Let's check the corner. Yeah, definitely WDO. And whether it goes beyond into the house is the key. Looks like it might be through the house. Yeah, this whole thing's got to come off and see what's underneath. Because this is the darker side of the house. Definitely get all that cleaned out so we can see if it needs repair, because it will have to be solid. And again, the key is moving everything away from the house so that the dirt and the moisture is not hitting the bottom of the paneling, because then it just sucks it up like a sponge up into the walls. So all this viney shit, it's going to be a nightmare to get out, but it's definitely got to go. This is perfectly placed. It's going to bloom. It's going to look beautiful. Yeah, I would go for a consistent paint color since we've got several different patterns and textures. Definitely try to get paint to be one consistent shade. Alright, we're back in the back porch. Coming into the front door again. Broken stuff here, and again, this needs pressure washing. Alright, coming back in. Floors look to be in terrific shape. Just going to pull this up. Get some light. Alright, so we've got good baseboard. We've got tile on the windows. A couple of minor chips, but the windows themselves appear to be in good shape. Pantry, good shape there. Some holes in doors, cosmetic stuff. Whether it be repaired to look like new or possibly just replaced with new hardware. Kitchen is in decent shape. We see the wallpaper, which I definitely recommend painting over. Looks like the previous owner's work there. Shelving is okay. But dated counters. Great room under the sink. Plumbing looks pretty good, very reasonable. Don't know if this had doors on it at one time or if it was just always open. But again, definitely do something to get rid of this stuff, whether it's painting over. I think painting everything in here a brighter color, maybe even contemplating replacing the countertops with something brighter and a solid surface would do wonders for the kitchen. Steel can be polished up, assuming the fridge will convey. And in the corner, got a couple of walls, a couple of punctures there. Back to the bonus room here. Again, this was concrete block on this side, so this room is extremely quiet. Again, shade's a little bit crispy, and no evidence of water damage down below there, which is good. We've got the fireplace still functioning. Staircase here. Carpets significantly worn. I would love to see it replaced if possible, whether it's done to a wood tile or just to another carpet. This one is, I think, beyond its useful life. Laundry room, still good. Everything looks good here. Another bonus slash game room slash family room. Again, super quiet in here. Hardwood floors, hardwood handmade doors, I should say. You can see evidence of the moisture from the outside. Again, possibly at least painting that trim and definitely replacing the blinds. But yeah, that breezeway pass-through is done. And you can see some portions of the roof that need a little bit of repair there. There's our new Lennox system. That's going to be a major bonus when it comes time to selling. Window to one of the back bedrooms. Alright, so the new air unit right here. We'll get tonnage in a moment. Alright, continuing from the AC. Okay, bath one was our problem child when we first looked at the house. There was some boards underneath that showed signs of wood rot, and it looked like a previous repair had been made. So a carpenter came in, replaced the boards enough to get it passed. But what has been discovered is that there's still a leak behind the tub of the second bathroom, so it's not being used now, and we're going to need obviously some plumbing work here, as well as some restorative woodwork, and we'll investigate the cost of upgrading the bath as well overall. Alright, to the main hallway. All the closets, some good storage space. Alright, one bedroom here. That's okay. I'll just kind of it's more to get bearings and create kind of a floor plan. Alright, so this is the one that's leaking underneath. Is it this shower here? Just nice brackets. Bedroom obviously complies. Floor looks good throughout. Third bedroom. And here's that connection out to the game room. And a window to the outside. AC unit. So most of the blinds. If those could be repaired, that would be ideal. kitchen floor is a parquet. It looks like real wood. It's definitely older. If it can be resanded or redone, I definitely would. Although lots of cabinet updating would be beneficial, as well as perhaps the countertops. So whether they're painted or replaced, it'd be great to see an upgrade there. A little bit tight, but certainly usable. Very good space.